Tomorrow night on Channel 4, they're going to have what they call Psychopath Night. They're going to have dedicate the whole evening. This is Channel 4 UK. The whole evening to the topic of psychopathology. I've written an article about this, which you can link down below, and I want to talk about what this Channel 4 Psychopath Night is about. My last book on psychopathology, which came out in 2012, early 2012, was called Defeat the Demons. And then I predicted that as growing information and growing awareness of psychopathology was coming to the fore, there would be a concerted effort to shut the whole subject down or to divert it in order to stop people from looking at politicians and big corporate leaders who run the large corporations and look at their debased and horrific decisions and behavior and say, oh, that's it, they're psychopaths. Exactly what, in my very first Labyrinth of the Psychopath video, #1, exactly what I said there. People, that was the idea I made the video. People would look at the top and go, psychopaths. So I said that they would do two things. They would try and co-opt and take ownership of it, which has happened. It first began with John Ronson, who wrote The Psychopath Test. He's the Guardian journalist. He wrote his book about a year after My Force in Puzzling People, and he tried to make out, oh, they're not so bad, or it's just paranoia. They do exist, but people are paranoid about it. And it was so bad that even Dr. Robert Hare of University of British Columbia, who wrote Without Conscience, the world's #1 expert, actually slammed him on it. Then the next thing was, this guy who's an evolutionary psychologist from University College London called Dr. Kevin Dutton wrote a book last year called The Wisdom of Psychopaths, where basically it was this year, I think, it was early this year, and he said that the thing with psychopaths is we badly need them, and everyone has an inner psychopath inside them. And then I said to myself, well, that's it. They're trying to normalize it now because because of myself and others, the information was rapidly growing about this topic. And so this is part of the shutting down process. They're taking ownership of it by saying, look, everybody has a bit of a psychopath in them, but it's not so bad once it doesn't get to be, Patrick Bateman level. And this is a way of getting the politicians and the CEOs in the clear. This doesn't surprise me this is going to happen because it was the only way they could do it. Now, the second thing that will happen is they will declare it some kind of mental illness. So people like me will stand on stage and risk my life by saying Henry Kissinger and, Tony Blair are psychopaths. And I do risk my life by it because I've had to deal with, people have no idea what I've had to go through in my personal life. It's literally a miracle I'm still alive. Between the character assassinations, honey traps, paid off cults, members of MI5 posing as activists in the UK following me around, the whole thing. It's amazing I'm still here, but the reason why I'm probably still alive is because now they're saying, well, we don't have to bother with people like Sheridan anymore, we can just normalize the subject. So what they'll do next is, if I was to stand up on stage and say Henry Kissinger is a psychopath, I'll be called someone who is against people with disabilities. Oh, Henry Kissinger's a disability. He can't help the way he is. And they're doing the same thing with the paedophilia. That's why they're in Britain at the moment, they're arresting so many ex-celebrities for paedophilia. They're trying to actually change the new normal, gaslight, in order to get people to accept, look, maybe it is a fact of life after all, and then all these politicians who were caught in hotel rooms at young boys won't go to jail. It's really devious and it's really sneaky, and I hope people don't fall for it, because what they're trying to do is make the monster accessible. Instead of us saying, we're the sheep and there's wolves around us and they can kill us at any time, what we should say, they're trying to say is, yeah, but all of you have the potential to be a wolf, and the way to not be eaten by the wolf is for you sheep to become vicious and ruthless and a killer just like the wolf. See, what they're trying to make society colder and harder and more ruthless and more vicious, and people having no care for anyone, because this is how the elites, particularly through their obsession with Darwinism, their absolute obsession with the favored races, as Charles Darwin called them, that they're there at the top because they were the hardest, ruthless, smartest, and best of all. So this is part of their unfolding thing. They're trying to make out that psychopathology is a natural genetic impulse towards making humans ruthless, and it's a good thing because it makes the world a better place. And if you're not vicious, ruthless, backstabbing, manipulative, and evil, Therefore, well, you don't deserve to survive in this evolutionary process. Your time is over. Please do not fall for this rubbish. Please do not go around thinking, that Channel 4 program, it really changed my opinion on psychopathology. Don't do that. Don't go down that road. Eyes on the prize. We finally have them right now. We have them on the run with the paedophilia thing, and we have them, especially after Jimmy Savile, and we have them on the run with the psychopathology thing. Keep that fire going, and you can say, I don't care how much you try to cutesify psychopaths. We know what you're like, we know what you're about, and we know what you're up to. And we have to keep this going, and keep the eyes on the prize. This is the purple pill in pathology. Don't swallow it, please.